Okay, so we're gonna play Rose Parade by Elliot Smith, and we're gonna start off just as absolute basic as we can, and then we'll add some embellishments. So the bulk of the song is this. It goes from D to A to E to G, all major open chords. You do the D, A, and E for 2 counts, and then the G you hold for 8 counts. So it's basically D, 2, A, 2, E, 2, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D, A, E, G. You notice probably that I'm just doing a simple down, up, down, up, down, up strumming pattern. That's great to start. So that, like I said, is the bulk of the song. Here's what it sounds like with lyrics. I'm going to play until there's a variation, then we'll stop and cover that variation. So, they asked me to come down and watch the parade. March down the street like a Duracell bunny. A wink and away from the cavalcade. Throwing out candy that looks like money. Okay, so for the next part, you're going to use bar chords, and I'm also going to suggest a different strumming pattern, which is going to be just kind of like a down, 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 down strumming pattern, like this. And the chords that you're going to use, you have 2 bar chords, F sharp and B. Now it's actually an F sharp 7 and a B minor, but we'll get to that when we add embellishments. For now, just a simple F sharp bar chord, just using these 2 fingers. And then for your B minor, basically you can just move this finger up 1 string, and then it's going to go down to an A and an E. So with the words, to people passing by that all seem to be going the other way. So the F sharp, A, and E all get held for 4 counts. The B minor only gets held for 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes back to the F sharp minor for a little. It's actually less confusing with the lyrics. So here's what it sounds like. To people passing by that all seem to be going the other way. Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? So as you can see, it just goes back into that regular D, A, E, G riff. So let's do the second verse slowly, the same way, and then when we get to the chorus, there's a very, very slight variation. So we're going to play the second verse, and then the first 2 lines of the chorus, then I'll show you what it does after that. Okay. Tripped over a dog in a choke chain collar. People were shouting and pushing and saying, when I traded a smoke for a food stamp dollar, a ridiculous marching band started playing. Remember to switch to your other strumming pattern. That got me singing along to some line of the chorus. Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? And now it's going to change a little bit. Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? So the third line of the chorus is where it changes. You've been doing just your regular old pattern. Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? Instead of going to that D, you're going to go to an F sharp, the bar chord that I showed you, and then down to an E, and an A and an E. So it's F sharp, E. So won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? So it's F sharp, E, A, E, and G. It's a lot to take in, but it's really pretty simple. Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? And you just kind of hang on that G. So that's basically the song. You know, you've got this basic pattern, then your bar chords, and now I guess it's time we start adding some of the embellishments. Hopefully everything thus far is clear. If not, I apologize. But the first embellishment I'm going to show you is simply to vary your strumming pattern so that you're emphasizing the upstrokes a little bit, so that the basic riff or basic pattern sounds, you know, normally it sounds like this. But if you emphasize the upstrokes a little bit, it sounds like this. So there's that, but this that I'm about to show you is the golden embellishment, the most important one, the coolest one. And that is basically at the end of each of those basic patterns, the last 4 counts of the G, you can do this cool little thing that I'm about to show you. So it's just the D, A, E, G, 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple. So like I said, the last 4 counts of the G, you're just playing the top 2 or 3 strings. I'd say the top 2 if you can pick them out, and it's like this. So basically you've already got your finger here because of the G chord. Then add the next one to the fret right in front of it. Then let go of the neck and play open strings, and then put this finger right back down. Again, it sounds cool if you emphasize the upstrokes there, but those 3 notes played like that is just kind of the meat of the song. So here's what it sounds like with the lyrics. The trumpet has obviously been drinking. He's fucking up even the simplest lines. Now you can also do that lower on your low E string, the same notes. Doesn't flow quite as smoothly, but again, it would be these notes here. Your finger's already on the dot if you're doing the chord. Then the one in front of that with the finger in front of that, the pointer. Then open and back to the pointer finger on the 2nd fret. So here it is with the riff, with the whole pattern. I prefer doing it up high and it sounds better. Just wanted to show you that in case you're interested. So, the other embellishment that I'm going to show you, there are actually 2 variations of how to play sort of the last part of each verse. Before we were doing it with the simple bar chords. Updated lyrics, it's this. And when they clean the street, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. So, first of all, you can play a full bar chords there. Instead of playing the F power chord, you can do a full bar chord, which is like this. You know, you basically have these 3 fingers doing the E configuration, and then you bar your strings on the 2nd fret. And when they sweep the, and then for B minor, you just move those 3 up street. And when they sweep the street, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. So that's variation number 1. To make that variation more accurate to the recording and fancier, on the first bar chord, the F sharp, you basically lift the pinky, which makes it an F sharp 7. I don't know if you can see that I've lifted my pinky, and there it is. That's an F sharp 7, but then the B minor just stays the same. So, and when they sweep the street, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. So here's the difference. Here's the regular F sharp. Here's the F sharp 7. So just a minor difference. And when they sweep the street, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. So that's that part of the song, except that there's an even cooler way to do that. And that is as follows. I'll show you, or I'll play it for you, then I'll show you. And when they sweep the streets, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. Let me get that a little better for you. And when they sweep the streets, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. So, you basically are playing along with the same rhythm of the lyrics there, which makes it kind of easy. And to play the part, you're going to use these fingers. I'm not giving you the British salute here, but these 2 fingers, your middle finger, and again, not meaning to be rude here, but your middle finger goes on the G string on the dot. Hopefully you can see that. And then your pointer finger goes on the B string on the 2nd fret, so that it's this configuration. Again, I hope you can see that. I can't actually see the video right now. So that's your basic configuration. And for the first part of it, and when they clean, or and when they, it's just and when they, and you're trying to just hit these 3 high strings here. I don't really think it matters if you hit the E string or not, but. And then for clean, you just slide it up 1 fret. So, and when they clean, and when they clean. So it's just up 1 fret. But the next time you move, you're going to slide up a whole step, which is 2 frets. The easiest way to do it is to see where your pointer finger is on that dot and slide it up to the next dot. So, and when they clean the, and when they is all there, then you slide it up just 1 fret, clean, and then you're sliding it up 2 frets, the, and when they clean the. For street, go back to that B minor bar chord. And when they clean the street, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. One more time. And when they clean the streets, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. That can get kind of tricky as far as the strumming goes. If that's seeming a little too complicated, what you can do is just hang on the B minor and the A so that it's like this. And when they clean the streets, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. Which is a great singer-songwriter trick to just kind of strum the chords and keep the lyrics going. And when they clean the streets, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. And as you can see, you can pick your strumming pattern back up on that E. So, again, that's basically the song with a few embellishments. What I'm going to do now is play through the whole song slowly, and I'll add different embellishments at different times. I am playing it slowly, hoping that it's something you'll be able to play along with, but don't feel like you have to add the same embellishments at the same time that I do, because if you watch live videos of Elliot Smith, he was all over the place with them. Sorry about that. He would just do different things at different times, but more about live Elliot Smith later. I'm going to play it for you, starting off straightforward, adding a few embellishments as I go, keeping the tempo slow so that hopefully you can play along. And take a sip of water. And by the way, for the intro, I'm just going to play through the basic chord pattern 2 times, keeping it slow here. They asked me to come down and watch the parade. To march down the street like a Duracell bunny. With a wink and away from the cavalcade. Throwing out candy that looks like money. And people passing by that all seem to be going the other way. Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? Over a dog in a choke chain collar. People were shouting and pushing and saying, when I traded a smoke for a food stamp dollar. down to the Rose Parade. The trumpet has obviously been drinking, 'cause he's fucking up even the simplest lines. I'd say it's a sight that's quite worth seeing. It's just that everyone's interest is stronger than mine. And when they sweep the streets, I'll be the only shit that's left behind. Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? Won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? And that's how Elliot Smith ends the song without resolving, just hitting that G. A couple things to throw in here at the end. The way that I've showed you the song and the chords that I've showed you should work as far as playing along with the official recording of the song. However, if you watch videos of Elliot Smith doing the song live, he almost always uses a capo, and beyond that, he doesn't always put it in the same place. In fact, I've seen at least 2 different settings. But if you can look at the video and see where he's putting the capo, you can capo and then just play those same chord configurations. And you should be able to play along just fine. Also, Elliot Smith, a lot of times when you watch him do it live, he just plays it really, really fast and sometimes doesn't put in many embellishments at all. But that's the basic song. I tend to ramble a lot. Hopefully this will be helpful, and hopefully it was somewhat enjoyable, and I hope you learned something. Follow me down to the Rose Parade.